One of the things about computer work that makes it different is that you're dealing with something that's like hard, and for me it's something that's separate from the real world. And when you do painting, you can touch the canvas, you can feel the paintbrush. So the computer works for me are very real, but they're a little more distant, kind of like a dream. Another thing that makes computers so different from painting, when you're painting there's slow change. In computers you can do things and make the image change very rapidly into these different looks, which means that you have to be continually thinking about which of these is going to work, because it's easy to kind of entertain yourself and just mess around and have things that aren't really productive but are kind of cute. So with the computer stuff, I have all these options to change, and you have to use a different thing in your mind to keep the focus. Whereas in a painting, as you're going kind of slow, the focus evolves. So it's almost like being in a candy store. You just have so many things to do, and you have to make sure that the piece hangs together. So one of the big differences between painting and computer work for me is the fact that they feel so different. I mean, the canvas you can hear. It gives a little bit, it has a sound. You're dealing with things that are real, like paint. The brushes have a different feel to them. So this brush is going to feel different from this one. You know, so it's the whole experience is just very, very tactile, and it's also slower. So it gives me time to think as I'm doing it. Which is very different than the computer work, which is fast, and I have to choose from a lot of solutions in a hurry. So when I paint, I usually have some sort of an idea from perhaps a sketch, or sometimes I just start out like this one. I wanted a background on, and I know that I want the background to look kind of chaotic. So one of the things you have to do, like if you put something in one place, even though this is warm, you have to sneak it in someplace else. I might put some warm down here with this cool so you can't see it. It's kind of like music. I mean, if in jazz, if you do something someplace, if one musician is playing a theme or something, somebody else has to pick it up later on. So when you're doing paintings that don't have subject matter in them especially, you have to be very aware. So if I'm putting a cool now back over here, I have to find this cool area over here and kind of tie it together. Even this one here is a blue-green, and this is a pure blue over here, and go back and forth. I wanted to get some warmth in here. Maybe we had a sunrise up there. We'll put a little sunset down here. This sticks out like a sore thumb. Another thing you have to do as an artist is play by the rules, even though I kind of like that color. I have to take some of the blue-green I had before and blend it in so that it all works together. So it's not like having a piece of jazz playing, all of a sudden a clown comes on stage. Even though the clown might be enjoyable, it should fit in with the other stuff that's going on, which is what I'm trying to do here, to make these things fit in a little bit. And then eventually there'll be solid stuff on here, newspapers and perhaps a hand over here. So this is the basic chaos that has some sort of order in it. And before, the one before, I was actually using the back of the brush while it was still wet to make some abstract, accidental, random things. And just like, for me, just like all of our lives, all these random things come together into some kind of order. This computer piece contrasts with the painting too. They share a similar idea with this female figure that's kind of floating near the top. In this case, there's almost a spiral that comes out, and she's part of this universe that is organized, and there's also some radar images down here of a storm coming in. So it has to do once again with the impermanence of things being here and the world changing. There's a painting that I have that also uses this figure. She's floating on the other side, and there's a dog kind of peeking in, trying to understand how all this goes together. the female figure is now over here, and I first was going to have her descending like a falling angel. Then I thought it was better to leave the whole thing kind of up in the air, literally, kind of nebulous, because that's the way I feel. And the dog is peeking in, maybe the dog is me, I'm not sure, and trying to sense in all this stuff which is flowing around, the blood flowing, the temporary figures, some order, some light that comes through. This is actually the structure of the canvas. As sunlight shines behind the canvas, you see some of the stretcher bars. And I think that I would like people to look at the work to feel some of that. If I could communicate some of the fact that things are chaotic and momentarily beautiful, and they'll pass like flowers, but at the same time there's a bit of order in it.